Hello, dear friend. Today, I invite you to slow down, to take a long, steady breath in, and then gently let it go. Feel your shoulders loosen. Feel your heart settle into a quieter rhythm. Because this may be one of the most important moments you will gift yourself. A moment to truly listen, to truly understand, and to open your mind to the powerful, hopeful truth that stroke is not simply an unavoidable fate that comes with aging. You are not powerless. You are not alone. Science now shows, with clarity and conviction, that up to 80% of strokes are preventable. Yes, 8 out of 10. That means that the choices you make each day, small, quiet choices, like what you eat, how you move, how you rest, can create a protective shield around your precious brain. Today, we will explore 7 deeply researched, proven strategies to lower your risk, to help you feel stronger, clearer, and more confident in the life you are building, even as the years advance. So settle in. Give yourself permission to absorb each word. This is your time. This is your story. And together, we will walk through it, one thoughtful step at a time. Number 1. Understanding the silent threat that steals without warning. A stroke. It is a word that can feel heavy, even frightening. But understanding it is the first, most essential step toward defusing its power. A stroke happens when something blocks or bursts a blood vessel in the brain. When that flow stops, even for seconds, brain cells begin to die. There are 2 main types of stroke. Ischemic stroke, caused by a clot blocking an artery. This is the most common type, making up about 87% of all strokes, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Hemorrhagic stroke, when a weakened vessel breaks and spills blood into the brain tissue. After the age of 60, the risk of stroke rises steeply. Research from the National Institutes of Health shows that your stroke risk doubles with every decade past age 55. But here is what many people do not realize. A stroke does not always announce itself with dramatic, sudden pain. Sometimes it begins quietly. A faint numbness in your face, a slight slurring of words, a moment when one arm feels weak or heavy. These moments are not to be brushed aside. They are urgent signals, signs that time is of the essence. Remember the word fast. F. Face drooping. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time to call emergency services immediately. Every minute matters. But beyond learning to recognize these warning signs, we must also learn to prevent them from ever occurring. That is where your power truly begins. Number 2. Controlling blood pressure, your most powerful defense. Let us begin with the factor most proven to cause strokes. High blood pressure. Hypertension. This silent condition damages the delicate inner walls of your arteries, making them stiffer, rougher, and more prone to blockage or rupture. The Framingham Heart Study, which has followed thousands of people for decades, has shown that individuals with poorly controlled hypertension are up to 4 times more likely to experience a stroke compared to those who maintain healthy readings. Imagine your arteries as slender rivers, channels that deliver life to every corner of your brain. When pressure stays high, the banks of these rivers erode, weaken, and eventually give way. But the good news, so often overlooked, is that you can lower your blood pressure with consistent, intentional habits. The goal is to maintain readings under 130 over 80 millimeters of mercury. How can you do this? Reduce sodium, the DASH diet, dietary approaches to stop hypertension, tested in numerous controlled trials, has been shown to lower systolic blood pressure by as much as 11 points simply by reducing salt and increasing vegetables. Move your body each day. Walking briskly for 30 minutes can lower systolic pressure by 5 to 8 points. Limit alcohol. Excess drinking is strongly linked to higher blood pressure and stroke risk. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1 drink per day for women and 2 for men. Stay on your medications. Stopping them abruptly can cause dangerous spikes. Monitor your readings at home so you remain aware and proactive. Each day you take these steps, you are not only lowering your risk, you are honoring your brain, honoring your future, and showing respect for the life you have fought so hard to build. Number 3. Healing your body with the power of food. Food is so much more than calories. It is a daily opportunity to nourish your brain and your heart, to tell your cells what to repair, what to strengthen, and what to let go. Large, well-conducted studies, including the Nurses' Health Study and the Health Professionals Follow-Up Study, have shown that diets abundant in plants, healthy fats, and whole grains can reduce stroke risk by up to 30%. So, what does a brain-protective diet look like? Leafy green vegetables, spinach, kale, collard greens, rich in potassium and magnesium, minerals that help relax blood vessel walls. A meta-analysis published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that higher potassium intake was linked to a 24% lower risk of stroke. Fatty fish, salmon, sardines, mackerel. These contain omega-3 fatty acids that reduce clotting and inflammation. Berries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Research shows that regular berry consumption reduces oxidative stress, protecting neurons from damage. Whole grains, oats, barley, brown rice. They support stable blood sugar and healthy cholesterol. Nuts and seeds, almonds, walnuts, chia, flaxseed. Rich in unsaturated fats and antioxidants. Try to limit processed meats, excessive red meat, refined sugars, and packaged snacks. Imagine each meal as an opportunity to rebuild your arteries, to strengthen the foundation of your well-being, one bite at a time. Number 4. Moving your body, a gentle, lifelong antidote. Movement is often underestimated, but exercise is not simply about weight or fitness. It is about creating vital, living circulation that nourishes every cell in your brain. Harvard researchers have shown that 150 minutes per week of moderate activity, just 2.5 hours, reduces stroke risk by up to 27%. And you don't need to run marathons. You can begin with small, joyful practices. A walk in the soft morning light, a slow bike ride with a trusted friend, gentle yoga or Tai Chi, which randomized trials have shown improves balance and prevents falls. Even dancing in your living room to your favorite song. Physical activity increases nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. It reduces inflammation. It balances your blood sugar. And it can lift sadness, restoring a sense of hope and connection. Every step, every stretch, every breath is an act of self-respect, an act of choosing life over fear. Number 5. Managing stress and prioritizing rest, the hidden shields. Stress is a force that we often cannot see, but we can always feel. It seeps into the body, quietly raises blood pressure, and, over months and years, damages arteries in ways that are hard to undo. A landmark study in The Lancet found that people who reported high stress levels were almost twice as likely to have a stroke compared to those who managed stress effectively. But relief is closer than you think. Every day, you have the power to create small rituals of calm. Deep breathing. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Just a few minutes of this can lower stress hormones. Mindfulness meditation, proven in numerous studies to reduce anxiety and lower systolic blood pressure by up to 5 points. Gratitude journaling. Taking just 5 minutes each night to write down 3 things you are thankful for shifts the brain away from fear. And never underestimate the power of sleep. When you rest, your brain flushes away toxins, repairs damaged cells, and restores your emotional balance. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine found that getting less than 6 hours per night increases stroke risk by 27%. Aim for 7 to 8 hours. If you struggle to sleep, try keeping the same bedtime each night. Avoiding screens 1 hour before bed. Drinking a calming herbal tea. Sleep is not a luxury. It is a gift you must claim every night. Number 6. Mastering chronic conditions. Knowledge is power. So many strokes are the consequence of diseases that can be managed, and even reversed. If you live with diabetes, you are already at higher risk. When blood sugar stays high, it injures the tiny vessels that feed the brain, a process called microangiopathy. If you have high cholesterol, plaques build up in your arteries, narrowing the path for blood flow. And if you have atrial fibrillation, your heart's irregular rhythm can send dangerous clots toward your brain. But none of this means you are helpless. You can track your A1C, the 3-month average of your blood sugar. Aim for under 7%. Monitor your LDL cholesterol, below 100 milligrams per deciliter for most people, below 70 if you are very high risk. Talk with your doctor about anticoagulants if you have atrial fibrillation. Research shows that these medications can reduce stroke risk by nearly 70%. Schedule your checkups. Ask questions. Write down your numbers. Knowledge is the most powerful medicine of all. Number 7. Releasing tobacco and excess alcohol. A choice for clarity. Tobacco is, quite simply, a poison to your arteries. It shrinks their diameter, stiffens their walls, and increases clotting. People who smoke are twice as likely to suffer a stroke compared to those who never smoked. But even if you have smoked for decades, quitting today begins to reverse the damage. Within just 1 year of stopping, your stroke risk drops by 50%. If you need help quitting, consider nicotine replacement therapy, counseling, or support groups. Prescription medications proven to ease cravings. And alcohol, like many things, can be helpful or harmful. A glass of red wine may relax you, but regular heavy drinking can sharply raise blood pressure and damage the heart. A 2015 study published in the BMJ showed that excessive alcohol increases stroke risk by 34%. Limit yourself to no more than 1 drink per day, or none at all if you prefer. These are not acts of deprivation. They are declarations that your life, your clarity, your ability to laugh, remember, and move are worth protecting. Today, you have walked with me through 7 powerful strategies. Not complicated, not impossible, but gentle, consistent practices that will fortify your brain, preserve your independence, and give you the greatest chance to live a life that is not defined by fear, but by vitality and joy. Imagine yourself, 1 year from today, feeling stronger, thinking more clearly, resting more peacefully. That future is closer than you think. Every choice you make today, every meal, every walk, every deep breath, will shape tomorrow. You deserve a tomorrow filled with health, dignity, and purpose. Thank you for allowing me to share this time with you. If this message touched your heart, please consider subscribing to our channel and share it with someone you love, so we can build a community where no one faces stroke alone. May your days ahead be long. May they be bright. And may you always know that you have the power to protect your mind and your life.